of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the Usc Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Usc Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Spartans will kick it away to start. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So USC's offense will come out first. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going, so it's got to be a team effort, because then he can really be at his best.
And the Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. Grabbed behind the line. It's Lemon. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. Looking back to last year, the Trojans made a midseason quarterback change. You might expect that, trying to live up to what Caleb Williams was able to do, but Jaden Mayava certainly finished strong, Jesse.
Yeah, the UNLV transfer looked really, really good, especially at the end of the year. And you know, with Lincoln Riley, one of the great QB
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Catch in the middle. It's Lemon. All down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Mayava. Finds the tight end. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
And the timing just a hair off.
Well, that one falls incomplete, but this guy has been locked in. He's 5 for 6 on the opening drive of the game, and the coaching staff felt like he had a great week of preparation coming into this one. I think they were expecting him to have this hot start.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Trying play action. A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Southern Cal!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. The Spartans offense will take the field for the first time. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football. One of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
Got it in the middle, it's Marsh. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
He'll do it himself. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. When the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse.
Don't take those big shots unless you know it's for an important situation, goal line, 3rd down, touchdown.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Scanning the field, it's Childs. Hit as he throws. Complete to the left. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
They'll run it. There he goes.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the play fake. Working that left side now. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. Somebody catch it, big fella.
And the Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll pull it on the read. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Hey, I got to be honest, I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Grabbed over the middle, it's McCray. Touchdown, Sparty! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lemon. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. To the ground with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a crease. It's Jordan. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll run play action. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. To the air, it's Childs. Gets away from one. With the catch, it's Belly. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Big fella showing some ability, got away from one tackle. Defense lucky they had a few more there to help.
Yeah, he's not a big stiff. He's not a blocking tight end. This guy can do some work out in the open field as well, and he showed you his athleticism.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Oh, better look out. What a play there, and he ripped rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
The Spartans come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They're going to ride this running back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Touchdown, Spartans! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They have got to shore up their play in the back half.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. He smashes his way through again. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Fires to the big fella. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive gain for my offense.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Here comes the heat. Finds his tight end. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Caught in the backfield, it's Lemon. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, give the defense credit on that one, because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. Breaks into the open. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. And the Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's Mayava. Fires to the big fella. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on 1st down, open up the entire playbook.
And it just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so gifted athletically that you can do everything with them. They're like overgrown wide receivers, and now understanding zones and how to attack them. It's just unbelievable when you got these kind of big athletes.
Back to pass on second down. Pulls it in. It's Sanders. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Jordan.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Going right to work up top. Catch in the middle. It's McCray. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
After that last completion, it's second down. Looking to throw, it's Childs. Finds his back in the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Spartans really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Off the boot, looking for his man. Going deep. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lemon. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
The Trojans will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Missed Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Second down, he'll throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Kelly. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Spartans come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Wide open downfield. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
That's a really good-looking throw, and I love the decision right there. When I think back to my favorite Michigan State quarterback ever, it's Kirk Cousins. Wasn't the biggest, wasn't the strongest, fastest, didn't have the best arm, but he made good decisions. He read the defense and threw the ball accurately on time. This guy has the ability to do that, too, and if he keeps this up...
Turning it on! Oh, the Houdini-like moves get it to the 22. And the Spartans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. Plows through the defense. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Really nice job by the defense playing responsibility football, making sure the quarterback couldn't make any of his reads, making sure the picture is not clear, getting downhill, getting the quarterback on the ground.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches then.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The play-action fake. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Got it in the middle, explained. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC, but this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
Fires to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. Snagged in the middle. Explained. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Wants to throw again. Firing to the right, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Lemon. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Back to throw, it's Mayava. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that inside linebacker showing you the speed and the recognition. He saw a gap and saw a crease and a free path to the quarterback, and woo, he took it.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And he'll kick for the 3 from 36 yards out in the right hash. And this one is perfect. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to... Oh, he's got some space. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
The Spartans, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to pass. It's Childs. Right on the money. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
And the Spartans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Marsh. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains, it's at the 37.
All right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some 1st downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
The Spartans look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on 1st down. He makes the grab.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? You've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Just keep swinging it. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. And he brought down after a nice gain.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Makes the grab down the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Touchdown, Sparty! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And there's so many targets to focus on and so many elite playmakers, and they just lost him. They lost the running back out of the backfield. He catches the football, does the rest, takes it into the end zone. What a nice weapon to have on your team.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So a drive there of 82 yards, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the returner will be brought down. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably... There he goes! And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? Doesn't SC always seem to have a quarterback right out of central casting and one that'll pick up a 1st down for you with his arm?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the year. It just doesn't matter the number. It continues to churn out. They find those guys. Just such an easy place to recruit. When you got that kind of pedigree, you always find superstars at the quarterback spot.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's caught inside the 20. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
From the red zone, looking for a space. The quick out. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
The Trojans have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. Moving toward the end zone, and the ball is free. Bounced right back to them.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
From the 3-yard line, they'll try it again on 3rd and goal. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Trojans!
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up to add another. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. So a drive there of 85 yards, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
Well, that was the guy the quarterback wanted to go to right from the jump, but a better job by the defense in coverage forcing the incomplete.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
To the air, it's Childs. They're setting up the screen. Breaks the tackle. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He wants to throw it again. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Fires it incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And the Spartans will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. A strike downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Got it in the middle. It's Lane. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Strachan. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down.
I tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. It's amazing how fluid and potent an offense can seem when you get a great pickup on first down, and the tight end's a terrific place to go.
Tight ends nowadays are kind of like cheat codes. I mean, they just know so much about right here. Seeing zone, know when to sit it down, boom, positive yards, nice positive play for this offense.
Catch in the middle, it's Lane. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Touchdown, Trojans! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half, when you got to have an execution. It's got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison. Or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to our men inside the world-famous LA Coliseum.
The Trojans will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Trying to set the tone with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe that stop is a good sign for this defense. Maybe the defense is starting to figure it out. Obviously, offense has been running the football with so much success. Something has to change. That was a good start.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The hand to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue in to him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
That is the exact energy they talked about at halftime. Like coming out with right now for this defense. You're trailing, but it's a close game. It's a one-possession game. Come out and set the tone. That's exactly what they did, forcing the punt on the first drive.
The Spartans send out the punt unit. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Running into the open space. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Throws to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They didn't get much done the last time they had it to punt it away. There's a live football. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing, big turnover forced by the defense.
So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Pulls and fires complete. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Slams ahead. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Off play action. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, USC! They take the lead with the 6. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Liner, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard. And that's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know that ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The give to the back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Childs. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Yeah, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see them develop in the middle. And you could tell they had keys on the tight end. He wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
It's complete to the right. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Quick handoff. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Spartans can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll do it himself. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Spartans come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Trying play action. He lofts one down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Spartans line up to punt it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Trojans can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback in the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Mayava. The sure hands, it's Jordan.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Caught near the sticks. It's Jordan. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Sanders. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20.
Get you some of that. And with that completion, now he's over 400 yards on the day. That's a really, really good game for this quarterback. He's been almost flawless.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Now on the counter. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the 2nd half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They go to the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And you want to sneak those draws in there when the defensive line gets over-aggressive and runs upfield. Jesse, they didn't do it on that play.
No, nice job staying in their gaps. Offense was in shotgun. The offensive line was pass setting. They were trying to fool them, but they couldn't get it done.
On the snap, it's Jordan. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And they take it in job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. They're set to kick it off, and you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pulls it in. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up 2nd and short?
To throw, it's Childs. Not able to hook up here, incomplete.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Got him downfield. Breaks into the open. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Man, that's a really nice job executing by this offense. 3rd down, defense expecting pass. They had a plan. Quarterback drops back, gets rid of the football. Nice job after the catch, and a great job setting up a 1st and goal for this offense.
First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Trying to barge their way in. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got his man. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Dropping back, it's Childs. Touchdown, Spartans! Quick strike through the air for the score. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Complete to start this drive. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Got a man, it's Strachan. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Knowing that your man can make the catch against his defender, that wasn't a big play, but it can set you up down the line to be able to take advantage.
Yes, get it to him as fast as I can. When I see him open, he runs the little hitch, get it to him so he can make a little bit of yards after the catch, and eventually that little gain, he's going to bust one of those with his athletic ability.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
He'll go to the sneak.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
The Trojans are flying down the field. The give on the option. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Finds a spot in the middle. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
And the Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together, back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Plucks it out of the air. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
And the Trojans lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down.
And I tell you what, why would you not do this? I love it. Short yardage situation, get your QB steam. You've already got everything going. You got a few first downs. You got that momentum on your side. Just get the first down, get that new set of downs. Now, if you want to go attack now.
The Trojans pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. On the ground, it's Jordan. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. He'll keep it himself. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And this defense, they were ready for that third down. That you could tell they smelt the option coming, did a great job, aggressive, downhill, went and got it, got the tackle for a loss, forcing the fourth down.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He splits the uprights. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the fourth.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's McCray. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Screen pass just not working there, and you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Back to throw, it's Childs. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed in the middle, it's Velli. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Get a big play like that last one, you flip the field, you change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. Here's the handoff. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
They go to the wide receiver screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Jordan. Inside the 10-yard line, it's shoved out of bounds at the 9.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
It's a draw. Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal.
And I think we're going to see a lot more of this from this offense. Listen, you're backed up on your own end. You got the lead. More importantly, you want to continue to run the clock, get first downs, be the physical team right here. The ground game, I imagine, is going to be a big part of their playbook moving forward.
Wants to throw. It's Mayava. Snags it over the middle. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's reeled in. It's Sanders. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
And the Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great job on first down. Great job on second down. This defense needs to come up big one more time. They got to get the stop. Big time moment. I got to get my offense the football back.
The Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Finds a little space. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Tight end finds a soft spot. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
And the Trojans with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. How much lingerie is this guy going to leave on the deck as he gets it down to the 25?
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
To the air on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Lane. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
The Trojans started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He wants it all. Touchdown, Trojans! Fit it in the window for the score.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the 4th. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside is 5. And the returner is stopped. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical.
Turning it on! He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Looking for a man. It's Childs. Oh, they're after him. All kinds of time to survey the field, and he'll let it go to the left. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
The Spartans line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Fires to the middle. Makes the catch. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And the Spartans will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
And how big is that earlier sack now as they try to get it in the end zone here? On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Just over a minute to play. They're lining up for an onside kick to try to pull off this rally.
And that's why you've got a lot of receivers on your hands team. Guys, the best hands on your team, so they're able to hop on that.
Off play action on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Lemon. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And this offense, you can tell, just still feeling confident. Like, they have the lead. It's the 4th quarter. 1st down, that's not a running play. That's a passing play. They're really in a rhythm, feeling good about themselves.
And the Trojans enter the final minute with the lead. Using his legs, it's Jordan. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. If they can move that thing 1 yard here, that'll probably wrap this baby up. They'll try the left side. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It is true as he puts 3 on the board.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Looking downfield, it's Childs. Gets it out fast.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
The Spartans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Zings it complete to the right. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
He's brought down at the 45-yard line. And first down for the offense.